Canada is no doubt in a recession. You feel it, I feel it, everybody feels it, but the government won't admit it, and they never do. The sitting government never admits it. It's always the opposition, and then later it comes out. Let's get into all the reasons why Canada is actually in a recession, and there's many of them. Number one, rising national debt. When Trudeau came into office, there was $612 billion in debt. Now we're at $1.2 trillion. I want to get those numbers right. So he doubled the debt in 8 years. He spent more money than every prime minister ever in Canada history combined. He spent more. And what happens when we print money and spend it on bullshit? It devalues the dollar, which looks like inflation. It looks like things are getting more expensive, and they are. But what's really happening is your dollar is getting devalued because it means nothing. When you flood the economy with a bunch of money, everybody has money to spend, so things go up. That's like a very, very basic grade 2 level of what inflation is, but that's what's been happening. He's been spending money, printing money to spend on programs. You get money. Ukraine gets $6 billion. You get this to build this statue, whatever. Just stupid things that don't have any gain for the economy or the workforce. Okay, you want to build something? How about you build an infrastructure, for example, that will create lots of construction jobs, which that money will filter through to mortgage brokers and lawyers and realtors, and all the money gets sprinkled out. I'm kind of hinting on real estate here. I'm a real estate guy, but this is why real estate is the number one biggest sector in Canada and the U.S., most economies, but especially Canada. We are such a huge real estate nation when we really shouldn't be. We should be an oil nation, which we are. I always joke that Canada's a dirty, dirty oil nation, but Trudeau doesn't really want to admit it or just embrace it. That's who we are. So right now, our biggest industries are real estate and manufacturing and oil, but oil should be number one. And when it does become number one, that's when Canada's going to win. I always joke about on this channel that Toronto would look like Dubai if we just embraced pumping oil and making the best, cleanest oil on earth, which is what Canada has. We have the cleanest oil, the best technologies, the best regulations, the best workmen's safety. We have regulations here. But instead, we put oil down. We say it's nasty. We're not going to do it. So China and Saudi Arabia and Russia and all these places pump oil. A lot of them do it in a nasty way, not good for employees. It's unsafe. People die. But they're the biggest producers. So we're buying death oil, basically unsafe oil. Everybody should be buying our oil, which is what Pierre Poilievre is saying. And it's just common sense. Look, I'm not a Pierre guy. I'm not like Pierre. I mean, he is great. He's going to be a great prime minister. But I'm not saying that just because I'm a Pierre guy. I'm an economics guy. It's just common sense. What's the best for the economy? What's the best for jobs? When people have jobs, they spend more. When people spend more, the economy grows. The economy goes around. Everybody gets a share of the dollar. What's happening right now is nobody's spending money in Canada. Again, we're a very conservative, humble nation, which is why we don't really ever have 2008 USA type scenarios. We're just too humble of a people. Whereas in America right now, people are spending like crazy. Their economy is better. It's performing better. But why is it mostly performing better? Because people are spending money. They're buying things. They're renovating. They're buying new houses. They're buying the next car. They're moving. Whereas Canada, nobody's doing nothing. If you have a business in Canada right now, you feel it. If you're a realtor, a mortgage broker, a construction worker, you feel it. Most of the job losses right now, and have been for the past year, are in the construction sector. When that happens, that's bad news. Why? Like I just said, we are a construction heavy economy in Canada. We build, we make houses. We're not doing that right now. Nobody's renovating their kitchens right now. Nobody's refinancing at these high rates to renovate the basement. So if you're a construction worker, I feel bad for you. It's tough out there right now, and it's going to be for a little while longer. Inflation crisis. He's making policies that just add to the inflation, like giving $6 billion to Ukraine and all this bullshit, and free money here and free money there, and don't worry about this. I'll give you money. For what? How about you just do what's needed, which is economics 101. We want to make Canada competitive. We want to lower taxes so businesses flood to Canada, and Canadians who have business here are willing to spend to grow their business, which will then hire more employees. Those more employees that were hired will then pay more taxes to CRA. That's where you get your money. But you got to start at the bottom. Well, actually, you got to start at the top down, which is, hey, this is what Trump is all about. trickle-down economics. Everybody shits on it. You can shit on both and debate both for hours. But hey, as a business owner, I can tell you, and we saw it in 2016, it was a great time. Did he inherit a great economy from Obama? That's up for debate. But during his 4 years, was America rocking? Yes, it was. Why? He believed in trickle-down economics. You lower tax rates. You make it easier. You lower regulations. Make it easier for businesses to hire people, to spend money and grow their business, which will then, like I said, hire more people. Those more people will pay more taxes. They will make more money. They will go to the economy. They're going to buy clothes. They're going to buy shoes. They're going to buy TVs. They're going to buy cars. That money goes around and around and around and around. This is basic economics 101. If you're hearing this for the first time and it's like starting to click in your head and you're hearing it from fucking me, some dude on YouTube, some real estate investor who, hey, I understand economics. I'm a multimillionaire, self-made. I get it. I can tell you as a business owner, I'm coming around to make a point here. When you do trickle-down economics, it does work. Is it the best? It's up for debate. Is Trump a genius? It's up for debate. But the Obama administration, the Biden administration, Democrats mainly, and NDPs in Canada and Liberal, they're the same thinking, bottom-up economics. Again, you can debate both all you want. Both are going to work if you do it right. But I know as a business owner and as a guy in the real world, in the real economy, hiring real people, I got real people on my payroll, I can tell you, when you make it easier for me and lower my taxes and make it, I get excited because it's easier. The American dream is, it's there. If it's lower taxes, if it's easier, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to make that business. I'm going to start that business. I'm going to hire people. Trickle-down economics works is what I'm saying. And to get a long way around it, I'm a Canadian. I bought and sold 150 properties in Canada. I have a business, 13 employees. In my flip business, I shut it all down about a year ago. All down. Now I'm in the U.S. Same business. I'm still buying real estate and flipping it, but I'm doing it in the U.S. now, and I'm employing a hell of a lot more people than I ever did in Canada. Why? It's easier to scale in the U.S. It's less regulated. There's lower taxes. All the things I just said. Our business is already 3 times bigger than I ever had in Canada, and we just started March of 2024 this year. It's already gigantic. Mind you, I had the knowledge. I've already done it for 12 years in Canada. It's not like I started from scratch. I already knew what to do. I had the whole chessboard already in my head. I've done it before, but I grew it very fast because you can grow fast in America. Next point, housing affordability collapse. No secret there. The housing market in Canada is a gong show. If you're a Gen Z millennial, if you're a boomer watching this and you have millennial children, no secret, housing market is fucked. Nobody can afford anything. It costs too much in comparison to the U.S. Why? Many reasons why, but it mostly comes down to regulation and taxes. When you buy, and I can tell you this as a real estate investor, this is right in my wheelhouse. To build a home in Kitchener-Waterloo, my hometown, hundreds of thousands of dollars for the permits and the development charges and to get all the utilities to the property, sewer, water, electricity, all that stuff. 100,000. So if you have a house, okay, that's going to sell for 600,000, a townhouse, 600,000, about $150,000 to $200,000 of that $600,000 price tag is fucking fees, government fees, garbage. I haven't even got the wood at the house yet, or the carpenter, or the framer, or the bricklayer. Not even there yet. Okay, then you're going to spend $250,000 building that house. So $200,000 in fees, $250,000 in actual building and wages, the stuff that matters. Okay, so now we're at $450,000, and of course, the investor, the developer, the builder, he's got to make something for all that time. He's going to tack on $150K in profit for the fucking year that it took. By the way, a year. Just to get the permits and the shovel in the ground, almost a year and a half, 2 years by the time he's paid and sold. Of course, he's going to charge $150K profit on that deal. That's why you got townhomes for $650,000. If you want to dumb it down right now and say, why is real estate so expensive in Canada? That's why. Whereas in America, I can tell you, we're flipping and building in Florida, Texas, and Georgia to get a permit for a single-family house in Florida is $550 fucking dollars, and it takes 2 to 3 weeks for the city to get your plans and go, you're good to go, build. 3 weeks as opposed to 12 months. And when you own a piece of land and you're waiting and waiting and waiting for the city to approve that plan, the land's not free, bud. Okay, you just paid $100,000 for the land, for the plot of land, that the 0.24 acres, fucking $100,000, you're paying financing the whole time. This whole year you're waiting. It's not free. Of course, housing is so expensive. Next up, tax increases in Canada. While the U.S. right now is lowering taxes, making it more competitive, and that's what Trump is running on, I'm going to make America so competitive by lowering taxes. I'm going to bring all the business here. That's even worse. America's already incredibly attractive and competitive compared to Canada, which is why I'm leaving, and so many real estate investors are leaving, which is another problem for our housing market. That's how they're leaving. He's going to get in there and he's going to lower it more while we're increasing. Trudeau just increased capital gains to 66%. You know what capital gains is in America right now? 24%. And Trump's probably going to lower it to 20%. What? That's insane. Yeah, when you have a rental property, a cottage, a second home, and you sell that property, 66% of your profit, if you made $100,000 on this cottage, 66% of the $100,000 is susceptible to your tax rate, which is probably 50%. If you're selling another house and you're making $100,000, you're going up in the highest tax rate real fast in Canada. Okay, so 66% of that 50, it's hard to say. It's about 40%. So if you made $100,000, 40%, give or take, 40,000 is going to taxes. You only keep 60,000. It's probably more than that actually. It's probably 50,000 gone taxes. Whereas in America, it would be about $12,000 for the same $100,000. 12,000 would go to Biden. Okay, unbelievable difference. No wonder why our builders, our investors, our businesses, they're all going to the U.S. Of course they are. Our doctors, everybody. Lack of economic diversification is hurting Canada. Yes. So America is America. We don't have to say that. We already know. Everything's built in America. Let's leave that aside. Canada does have a diverse economy, but it should be way more diverse. Oil and gas is who we are. That's who we are. And we should be doubling down and making it clean and, like I said, safe and good to go and be the biggest oil producer on the fucking planet. That's what Canada should be doing. But we're not doing that under this administration. We have the most fresh water on planet Earth in this country. Are we utilizing that? No. We got bad deals going on. We got Nestle and all these companies coming here, taking our water and paying nothing for it. Unbelievable. We should be processing the water and selling it. Come on, guys. We have the most lumber as well in Canada out of any country in the world. We have the most lumber. We're not really fully utilizing it to our full potential. Southern Ontario is a manufacturing hub of Canada. We're doing pretty good there. You know, could always do better, but that's rocking. We do the most trade from Ontario to all, I think it's 47 states trade mainly with Southern Ontario for manufacturing. That's crazy. So, again, we should have a very diverse economy, and we do, but we're not doubling down on it as good as we should, which is why you're paying for the recession. To sum up this video, is Canada in a recession? Yes. Whose fault is it mostly? Well, it's clear, Trudeau. We have America who's doing pretty good. Like, they're struggling, right? Eggs are more expensive, gas more expensive. Their citizens are pissed off too, but they're not struggling like Canadians are. Okay, so what do you think? Is Trudeau to blame? Is the economy bullshit? What are you seeing on the street? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video.